That's me. I always want to be a detective. And finally, my dreams are coming true. To understand why our city is covered in dust, I'm planting a tracker into the truck of construction waste. And then we're going to follow it. We started in Tipsandra, East Bangalore, and we're going further east towards Hoskote.
There are a bunch of lakes here where he could dump it, but I would be surprised if he did that. Let's see where he goes.
We're literally going towards my house. Holy shit.
I think we lost him, guys.
Found him, come straight down the road, send it and come straight down the road.
Yo, just dumping it. If you've been to Bengaluru recently, you'll notice that there's a rubble lying everywhere. All the surfaces look brown. One of the biggest contributors to this aesthetic is the business of buying and selling debris. Debris, aka construction and demolition waste. 250 trucks of this waste is being generated in Bengaluru daily. And perhaps it could be more useful.
Hello?
ಅಣ್ಣ ವಳಕಮ್ ಡೆಬ್ರೀಸ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಫೋನ್ பண்ணுறேன் வண்டி வந்தது லோடிங் ஆனது ட்ராப் ஆச்சு.
This is construction debris. Broken bricks, concrete and tiles. It comes from construction and demolition sites. Work on these sites is typically managed by a contractor. A contractor will have many subcontractors for different construction tasks. And every contractor has a debris guy. The debris guy takes debris away from your site. In taking away debris guy relieves the contractor from a big responsibility, processing this waste. On paper, this is the responsibility of the waste generator. Moving debris is a thriving business in Bengaluru. Once you start noticing them, you can't unsee it. They're everywhere, all the time, fast and quiet, hiding in plain sight. But where do they dump it? Construction debris in Bengaluru meets one of four ends. First and most depressing is when it's just thrown somewhere. Roads, footpaths, edges of lakes, under flyovers. Any place that's not monitored closely or defined clearly can become home to fresh and dusty construction debris. Debris is inert. It doesn't smell. And so we've developed a higher tolerance to seeing it lying around. Second is when the debris is sent to one of 7 C&D waste dumping sites designated by the BBMP. They're all on the outskirts of the city. Many of these sites are old quarries, and now that they've run out of stone, the massive holes are being filled little by little with debris. Waste that's sent here ends here, never to be seen again. Which is why there's a popular third option for the disposal of construction debris. Much of present-day Bengaluru was low-lying farmland not so long ago. On the outskirts, this continues to be true. Except in the recent past, the value of land has skyrocketed, and farming has become increasingly less viable. So farmers sell their land to developers, who use a mix of soil and debris to raise the land, then build real estate on top. The legality of this is sketchy, and especially when the waste is not segregated, there is considerable environmental implications also. The last place that Bengaluru's construction debris could go is an official recycling plant. Less than 1% of Bengaluru's debris is being recycled right now. This is because the one active plant that we have is near the airport, and people don't want to pay extra for processing. We followed 3 loads of construction waste from Indranagar to see where they would go. One went to a private sorting facility. 2 went outside the city, just beyond city limits, and were used to fill up low-lying farmland. All 3 of them are unregulated uses of construction debris. The second vehicle we followed was this tractor. It had come out of an apartment building doing interior renovation, and we followed it all the way to a spot by a shady park, where 4 more tractors of the same kind were waiting. For 2 days it didn't move. Finally, on the third morning, the tracker moved 6 kilometers away and stopped transmitting. This is where it died. A disputed piece of open land. In the last 1 hour, we've seen 25 to 30 vehicles coming in full and going out empty.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಈ ಕಸ ಕೆಲಸ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ?
ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ಕಸ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ
ಓಕೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ?
ಬೇರೆ ಹೊಸ ರೋಡ್ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ತಾರೆ.
ಹೊಸ ರೋಡ್ ತಾರೆ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾಕೆ?
ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಆಗೋ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಮಣ್ಣು ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ದುಡ್ಡು, ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಆ ಕಡೆ.
ಓಕೆ 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 ಓಕೆ.
So they bring all kind of waste here. On the scrap side, they have a good business. Okay, so if you bring scrap, you sell it. But I'm staying in the third floor, which is okay with the sound. They even work at 10 o'clock also, 11 o'clock. So sometimes to call police. So cops know they have a setting. They know okay this area. They will come, they take money and then go. They'll stop. Then suddenly after 2 months back, again they'll start at 11 o'clock. So my wife suddenly wakes up at night, or the kid is to like not able to sleep from few days. Like generally it's 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock they will come and dump something. This is too much noise. First of all, I don't know how they can allow in a residential area like this. I haven't seen tractors in cities,
Right.
but in Bangalore you'll see tractors. Like we don't open our balcony because full dust is coming. They always in summers they will put water in the road so that the dust will come down, but it will only for 10 minutes, 20 minutes when the water will dry. And again in afternoon so it's very bad, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock it's full dust.
Yeah.
Like very bad.
The biggest issue with construction waste being mismanaged is the amount of dust it lets out into the local environment. Estimates say that about 20% of Bangalore's air pollution comes from construction waste, and another 20% comes from dust on the road, which can also be attributed to these big trucks moving all around the city. It's making us sick. Little bit of dust is fine, but more people than ever before now need masks for their commutes and their jobs. It's that frogs in the pot situation, except it's the people of Bangalore, and we've adapted to living in a dusty-ass city. Too busy to notice how much has changed. Apart from its contribution to dust, mismanaged debris can cause local area flooding. It's one of the major encroachers of the little footpath that we have, and it erodes roads faster. Debris is ugly, and it's been killing my vibe. But goddamn, look at this dust. How did it get so bad? People keep saying it's because Indians don't have civic sense. I think that civic sense is a response. First, the government needs to build well and then maintain what they have built. Do you know why we still have cows on our roads? It's where the grass grows. To be clear, grass should not be growing out of the road. Similarly, construction waste shouldn't be lying on the road either. It seems like an easy problem to solve. To fix anything in Bengaluru right now, first we need a real local government. From what we've learnt, there's a massive debris industry in Bengaluru running almost entirely on informal transport and unregulated dumping. The local city government needs to do their job and govern this. It will require clear rules and good policing. If done right, compliance will follow, and Bengaluru can turn this resource back into quality building material, while significantly reducing dust. Government projects are some of the biggest construction works in our city. Just managing them better would be a great place to start. Other Indian cities are already ahead of us. In Delhi, construction waste is tracked, collected, and sent to recycling plants run by private operators. These plants crush debris into sand and aggregate, and the use of these recycled materials is mandatory in public projects. In Pimpri Chinchwad, they take waste collection requests online. Bengaluru needs to catch up. Recycled aggregate is perfect for roadwork and to make pavers for footpaths. If there's one city in the world that needs roads and footpaths, it's Namma Bengaluru. In good news, in fact, the rules just got better. From April 2026, the Central Pollution Control Board is going to create an online mechanism to track C&D waste. And government agencies have to use at least some recycled materials for roadwork and in pavers. Developers also face a stricter responsibility. They must transport all debris to recyclers, fund recycling by purchasing recycling certificates, and meet targets for using recycled material in new projects. National rules set the framework. It is our city government's job to execute them at the local level. What does this say about us as people? Why are we okay living like this? Home spotless, but right outside a pile of trash. Cars clean, but roads dirty. Inside the gates trees, outside full Mad Max. The government is not doing its job. But also, the people don't have time to care. Consumption creates waste, and today we're consuming more than ever before. However, we're far behind in waste management. We need to allocate more money and more people to waste management, because people wouldn't be dumping debris all over the place if they had better options.
And the road is a fucking mess. Piles of dust on the side of the road, which someone has accumulated. There's also just like a gradient of dust everywhere. A lot of this is allegedly coming from construction waste.
There's this thing called shifting baseline syndrome. People think what they grew up with is normal. There's a generation of Bengaluru that thinks this is normal. There's garbage and dust everywhere, and we've zoned out. This is not normal. We would all feel better if it was clean. We would go out more. Order and neatness gives us all joy. It feels good to be in nice spaces. And it's exhausting to be out in the dust and the sun. Over the next decade, much of Bengaluru will be rebuilt. 200 kilometers of metro, trains, and many more apartments are coming. We already have a steadily growing supply of this resource, debris. We should start treating it like one. Using it well will allow us to maintain our immediate surroundings better and save more of our nature for future generations. In trying to fix this, we might learn how to fix everything else. It's all interlinked. Habits, ideas, and people. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is the first of 3 documentaries on Bengaluru's dust. See you in the next one.
So the place we looked at is downstream of the lake. It's probably owned by private individuals. They were farmers in the past, but now they are in the middle of an urban agglomeration and they can't sustain farming in that location anymore. So they've probably sold it to private developers because they need money to survive. Yeah, this lake does happen to be right outside the limits of GBA. The likelihood of this happening here is slightly more because there are less people here and less eyes on the street. But it's not happening here just because it's outside. Similar instances of low-lying land being filled up happen even within the limits of GBA. So if you look at an old map, this is for the lake which you're talking about, but you can go to a similar area near Yelahanka. So the thing you see on the right is Yelahanka Lake, and there are things upstream of Yelahanka Lake. There is this land here which was farming, but if you look at the present day, In between you can see some wetland, but now in the present day you can see apartments have come up, there's a road being built, and all of this has been walled off. So this is future real estate in the making, and this is well within GBA limits. It has been under the municipal corporation since 2007.